What if I told you that there was a mod that added in a whole wealth of in-depth features like diplomacy, marriages, family dynasties, heavy focuses on buildings, new units, the rise and fall of empires, emerging factions, special events? All of that sounds absolutely amazing, and all of it is within Calradia. But what if I told you that you didn't even need to play Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord to make that a reality? Well, welcome to the Calradia mod for Crusader Kings 3. This is a mod that goes ahead and completely revamps Crusader Kings 3, implementing a brand new beautiful campaign map, many new empires which will change the current start date of Bannerlord, with future plans to add in a warband version later on down the line. All the characters have been completely revamped to meet that starting Bannerlord start date, new units, events, kingdom titles, and so much more. So yes, here we are with the Calradia map. I'm currently loaded in to go and show you guys everything that this mod does currently have to offer. Now, do keep in mind that this mod is still very much a work in progress. There's plenty more stuff that they are planning to add later on down the line, but it's still really cool to see, and I'm really impressed with what they've done so far. So of course you have all the normal kingdoms that you are used to seeing on this. You have Valandia off into the west, Britannia, you have the Sturgeon set up in the north, the Kuzites off into the east, the Azurai in the south, and then of course the Empire states all warring within their own kingdoms. If we zoom in again, you guys can see the awesome looking campaign map as well. The campaign map honestly does look really good. They've done a great job at kind of crafting Calradia, making all the different choke points and rivers and everything else along them lines. It's kind of cool going in and being like, oh yeah, I remember that settlement there, or actually realizing that there's actually a castle somewhere, which I didn't actually realize there was, which is pretty interesting considering I had 1500 hours inside of Bannerlord. But of course, yeah, obviously you have all the mountainous areas of the Britannian lands and forests, so this will be a really interesting battle zone, I imagine. Bringing the enemies into your lands and then surrounding them and killing them is going to be really cool. Off into the west, you of course have the open plains of Valandia. Down in the south, the desert lands of the Azurai, again, are going to make for pretty interesting invasions. As we can see right here, again, looking really cool. I hope as well later on down the line they do implement some cool custom sprites as well for all the settlements and stuff, because I think that'd look really cool, and again, just take you out of playing Crusader Kings and playing something very different. There is also still a lot of open space as well, so if they wanted to expand this, they definitely could with something like the Calradia, the Bannerlord mod that is out there for Banner Kings, that adds in more nations and stuff. They can add in more stuff here, which again, it would be really cool. And there's still plenty more room to add in more stuff if Bannerlord ever gets a DLC, which we highly doubt it, but it's definitely something that is possible. As I mentioned, all the characters are in the mod, so of course you have the Empress Rhaegar leading the Southern Empire after the death of her husband. Over off into the west, you of course have Garrus, and then up in the north we have Lukon. Each of these provide different bonuses as well. So for example, Lukon is all about that stewardship. Down in the west, we do have the one, I think he was like the leading general, who is obviously always focused around military, and then you have the Empress, which is obviously trying to bring the empire together through diplomacy. And this is really cool because this is how it is in the Bannerlord lore. You have kind of like the empire's general, you have the emperor's wife, and then you of course have his master of coin. So again, all of these are going to be approaching on reforming the empire in them separate ways. And as I mentioned, we do have that big empire title, which we'll be looking to make over in the Calradian Empire. Because of course, if you guys don't know the Bannerlord lore, basically the emperor died and everyone broke apart. There was a massive civil war of people fighting, and now you're looking to reclaim the kingdom. Of course, have Caladog leading the Britannians. We have the selfish Durhart leading the Valandians. I'm not sure. He actually has a stubborn I don't know about that. He seems to take all the castles in my playthrough. And then up in the north, we also have Aragnavar. Again, a beautiful military commander ready to charge forward and do what he must. The Kuzites are, of course, led off in the east. Again, lots of good military generals. And then down in the south, we do also have the Sultanate, who has extremely good stewardship. I also imagine playing as like an individual cult, faction in here would be really good. And again, all the clans are represented as well. So you'll obviously probably recognize a bunch of these clans from the game. And I think the modder has done a good job at kind of representing them as best as they can. Of course, a lot of the, I think, traits are actually randomizing CK3, but I think for the main people, they're actually going to be standard throughout the game. As well, there is also custom cultures and religions in the game. So if we go to the culture, of course, you have the different types as well. So Calradian Legacy offering you better men-at-arms recruitment, which is good, but less levy size. So it's more about focused around that imperial army. You have equal inheritance, which is good because the Empress is leading that and she is technically the rightful leader. You also have more legal stuff to focus in on just building an empire, and also city keepers, which I believe is a vanilla one. For example, over here are more focused around the knights, and you can see their knight efficiency and heavy cavalry recruitment is going to be their main focus. The battalions culture is going to be heavily around hunting and having the hunting trait. Also, travel speed is pretty amazing for getting around with all the tournaments and feasts that will be going on. Tribal unity is going to be a big focus, and of course that archer is going to be brutal. I imagine getting some amazing bonuses on them longbows are going to be devastating. The Sturgian forces are of course all focused around that heavy infantry. You can see their supply limit is increased as well because they are raiders and their religion does actually allow them to raid, so that will basically mean that they can go ahead and start harassing, getting some good money from the Empire lands, but will of course have to worry about retribution from the lords that will be coming northwards and trying to take them. Because again, if we go to their culture really quick, of course is heavily focused around the horse archers and the archer stuff. So again, that travel speed is going to be insane, being able to move in, harass, do lots of damage, and then get the hell out of there. You can see again the small boost to health, for prowess, and it's just basically all focused around that travel speed. I think basically every single one of these horse lords, this one, and then the swords for hire, again, are all about that extra travel speed. So able to get around the map a lot quicker. And again, the ruling castles going to be nice for dread and tyranny if you're wanting to play a character like that. And then also on top of that, you also have the extra damage, which again is good. And then finally down here in the south, we do have the Aserai culture, and there are also a few kind of different ones as well. There's a few like different types. Again, if you want to kind of build up the different types of cultures, there's a few Massa ones right here as well. Again, providing you some different bonuses if you want to play an interesting culture elsewhere. But yeah, again, the Aserai one, it's gonna be pretty powerful, lots of money. Also, again, travel speed is gonna be important. The desert fighters as well, this is gonna be insane, right? Being able to have the extra bonuses in desert is going to be really useful, and then also the extra learning is not going to be bad. I don't believe any of this is different. I don't think there is also any special units here as well. Yeah, I don't think there's any special stuff here at all. This will be a kind of a cool thing to implement as the mod gets more and more developed, is having the tech tree developed. But there are also custom cultures on top of that. So we have the main kind of, I guess, religion, sorry, I should say, of Calradia right here. This is the Calradian mandate, and this is the main religion. As you can see, again, providing some pretty good bonuses, and you can actually declare quite a few holy wars at the beginning of the game against the Battanians, and I believe down in the south as well, which is going to be one of your main ways of doing it, because I don't think you start off with a CB to actually reunite the Empire right away. I'm not sure if that's an event, but if we're playing as the Empress, I can't actually declare war right away. Oh, because I'm in a war right now. But yeah, I don't think you actually have a CB to reclaim that. As of right now, yeah, you don't have the title. Oh no, you do. Okay, sorry, my mistake. You do. It obviously comes later, and I played a little bit, and it obviously didn't pop up immediately. But yeah, you do actually have it, and I assume everybody. Yeah, he doesn't have it, and he doesn't have it as well. So only the Empress has it. I guess that makes sense, right? Because she's the only one with a legitimate claim, and these guys, I guess, have to go ahead and try and bring it back in. That's interesting, yeah, because she's the only one actually married in. So I guess it would be much harder for the other ones. But again, if you can maybe, this is a former spouse as well, so if you wanted to marry, I wonder if you could marry her right away into, sorry, I'm just kind of going off on a tangent right now. No, it doesn't look like you could. If you guys could get a marriage right there, that'd be a good way of compelling the empire. But anyway, sorry, back to religions. So as you can see, these are custom religions set in the game right there. Again, the Battanians are going to be very different, and each of these are going to give unique feels to the factions. You can see there's some holy sites in the Valandian lands as well, which is going to be good. The warmongers right here as well. God damn, Valandians right there in Derhart. Some offering some good bonuses, naval speed and other things, because again, you're going to be able to invade by sea, or you're going to be able to obviously hold the defensive choke points as well. Is this, yeah, you actually have to, this is not actually a connected path, so this is going to be a bit of naval travel right here. Interesting. It's going to cost money to invade the Aserai, that is for sure. I believe as of right now, the main focus of the mod is just to develop more mechanics, more custom features of it. I think it's looking really, really good so far and definitely playable. I think the next planned feature is going to be the Calradian Senate, which will be really interesting to see how that develops and how that goes about. And maybe there's going to be even a way to unify the Empire without having to fight many wars through the Senate, which would be really interesting, and seeing how that does develop. More custom events are always going to be really, really good. But as of so far, we have the awesome looking map. We have all the empires. We have all the custom lords. I think more armors are planned for them to, again, make it more immersive. Oh yeah, something I didn't even mention as well. We do also have a custom men-at-arms for each of the factions as well. There's Imperial Cataphracts here up in the north if we switch over. And you'll be able to see that, again, these guys have custom cavalry as well, each providing them different bonuses and extra terrain effects. Again, all really, really cool. And that's the same for every single faction. So the Battanians have archers, obviously the Kuzites have horses. I believe also the Azerai have horses, and so do Valandia have crossbows. So again, you can kind of customize with that and build them up through different buildings. Honestly, this mod is extremely promising, really, really cool stuff. And one thing I'm actually really looking forward to, because if you didn't know, the mod that allowed you to export the Crusader Kings 3 battles to Bannerlord is actually getting revamped with sieges and other things. It's being worked on by a different developer now. It may be in coalition with the previous one, the main one. However, that is currently going into beta testing, I think, very, very soon. So what you're going to be able to do is actually going to be able to export the battles from this into Bannerlord with sieges and stuff, which is going to be really, really trippy and cool, and something you're going to definitely have to try out for sure on the channel. So let me know if you guys want to see that, and maybe even want to see just a normal CK3 playthrough of this on the channel. Just let me know whether it's a stream campaign or maybe a handful of episodes. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.